Who doesn't love some bright flashing RGB lights? Wait, unless you're photosensitive, that is, in which case I should warn you that this video contains bright flashing lights and imagery that may cause discomfort. But if that's what you crave and hunger for like myself, then keep watching to see how well the competition to the Philips Play, the Govee Flow Pro Light Bar stacks up. The packaging and colours are very reminiscent of something you would get from Philips, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's get this box open. The first thing you'll see is the user manual, which I do suggest checking out. You've also got the service or customer support card. We get a white box inside, which I suspect the actual light bars are in, but we can get to that later. Next, we have two sets of mounting brackets. The first two with the 3M adhesive are for mounting onto the back of the TV or monitor to give you that cleaner look. The other two at the bottom are for placing on a desk or flat surface. These do of course have rubber pads at the bottom, so they should grip the surface and not move around so easily. We have another white box. This one contains the 3-pin UK power adapter. Lots of little white boxes here to keep things organised. This one is the control box where you plug in the power, the camera and light bars. On the back you have the 3M adhesive to stick it wherever you want. On the front you have 3 buttons, an on-off button, a colour button to cycle through the different colours, and a music/dimmer button. On the left side there's the DC port and mic hole. On the right side you have a USB-A port to plug in the camera and a USB-C port for connecting the light bars. You've got 8 orange foam pads to stick on the screen for calibration. I'll of course show you how that's done a little later on. Here's the ultra-wide camera for placing on top or the bottom of the TV or monitor. It comes with a USB-A cable attached. There's 3M adhesive here to keep it secure in place. Here's the actual camera unit. This camera will of course extend about 11 centimeters from the TV, so do bear that in mind. Finally, let's get back to the box we left aside earlier. Inside we have both light bars, which fortunately I'm happy to see is powered via one USB-C cable. On the back there are mounting slots for mounting the mounting brackets for the TV. It snaps on very easily, and just for reference, the freestanding brackets are pretty easy to put on too, so no worries there. The one thing that's somewhat apparent, these light bars do feel a little plasticky, but since they're supposed to be mounted and left alone anyway, there's not much reason for them to be extremely durable, but that's just my view. So these light bars measure in at 100.47 by 3.31 by 3.31 inches. They're not very tall, so we'll have to see how much light it can emit a little later on. Now, the great thing about these light bars, if I plug them into the USB-C port on the control box, I can power them on and use the basic features without even installing the Govee app. As you can see, pressing the middle color button cycles through the different colors, which is really easy, and pressing the bottom music/dimmer button puts it into a mode where the lights sync to the sounds or songs you're listening to, if you're into that sort of thing. I prefer the mode with lights intelligently react to the colours on the screen, which I'll set up now and I'll show you how it works. The first thing you want to do is place the camera bang right in the middle of the monitor. The 3M adhesive will ensure it stays on securely, so don't worry about that, it's not going to fall off. This camera pretty much recognises and captures the colours on your TV or monitor and automatically applies them to the light bars, so it's basically an essential part of this kit. Excuse the cable management or the lack of it for now, I promise I'll tidy it up for the B-roll later. Anyways, take 7 of the 8 orange foam pads and stick them to the 7 position points on the screen. You need to do this in order to calibrate the camera. Open the Govee app, tap the plus icon in the top right corner and search for H6054, then tap on Govee Flow Pro Light Bar. It will now connect to the light bar over Bluetooth. Next, you'll need to determine the correct positions for the light bars. You do this by turning one off on screen and checking which one actually turns off. Once you've done this, tap position correct. It will now show you the Wi-Fi network you're currently connected to on your phone. You can of course view all the wireless networks and choose one from there if you want to, but bear in mind you'll only see the 2.4 GHz bands here. Enter the password for your wireless network and tap done. This is the stage the calibration is done. You'll need to power off the TV or monitor and make sure the environment is well lit. Tap ready, then select whether your camera is at the top or bottom, then tap confirm. Attach the 5 points to the 5 foam pads as you can see on screen. My monitor is 49-inch super ultra wide, so the camera isn't able to fully display the whole monitor and the top left corner isn't visible. I'll just roughly attach the point there. Once you've done that, tap next and do some final adjustments for all 7 foam pads and then tap submit. That's it, the light bars are set up. If I turn off the lights and run a quick test, you can see it's working as expected. The light being emitted is the same color as what's shown on the screen. Pretty darn cool if you ask me. So you can use these these light bars like most of Govee's other products, you can choose specific single colors to reflect your mood at the time. However, since these lights are RGBIC, you can set different colors for the different segments of the light bar rather than just being limited to one solid color. You can also put it into music mode, which synchronizes the lights to music, as I've already showed you earlier. All that granular control over the lighting is certainly welcome and very cool, but what sets these light bars apart from the rest is its ability to mirror the colours displayed on your screen using the ColorSense camera. In my testing, it worked very well and does actually make whatever you're doing much more immersive. The lights almost make the screen look larger than it actually is, which is definitely a great effect. But I did notice that even though the light bars are capable of displaying multiple colours on each bar, for some reason each bar only displays a single dominant colour rather than a gradient of colours. Govee definitely missed the trick there. The colours aren't super bright at 400 lumens, but I think it's more than enough to do what it's designed to do. At the time of publishing this review, the light bars cost only 80 quid, which is a lot less than the alternatives. Govee states that these only support screens between 27 to 45 inches, but as you've seen demonstrated, it's pretty flexible considering it worked with my 49-inch super ultra-wide monitor. Obviously don't try and push it beyond that and it should be fine, although it goes without saying, the further apart the light bars are away from each other, the larger the gap or unlit area in the middle will be, so it's probably best to stick to the TV size recommended by Govee. I'm not a huge fan of the protruding camera, but in all honesty, it doesn't get in the way and you do eventually forget it's there. If you're looking to spruce up your desk and make it look much cooler than it is right now, then I highly recommend the Govee Flow Pro. It's made my desk look much better as cluttered as it is. If you're interested, I've placed links to the product in the description below. This has been Raju Rahman from Tectonic. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you, please subscribe and like. That would really help me out. And don't forget to check out these other videos too.